Hello and welcome to Asia Now. My name is Alex, and if you're new to the channel on Asia Now, I typically cover the news from mainly the Philippines, Thailand, and other parts of Southeast Asia. So today I'm going to give you the latest updates on pro-life traveler Sim Rusipo and what Remula, actually no, what his lawyer had to say. We're going to take a look at a video of his lawyer explaining the situation going on with pro-life traveler, and as well as an update on Vitaly. Yes, even more updates. And I'm not talking about his videos in prison and all that, or people getting, or not prison, detention center, or people getting fired for the fact that he had a phone. But now they're saying they want to extradite Vitaly back to the Philippines. So I'm going to get into some of that as well because I don't want to make a whole video about it. So I might cover that a little bit in today's video as well as tomorrow's regular video. So we have about, 86 people already, less than a minute in. So we'll wait a couple more minutes, let people trickle in before I show that video. If you guys are watching this after live stream, perhaps you can go ahead, skip ahead if you want, whatever, up to you guys. And I'm not going to be able to get into most of the comments. I'm sure there's too many people usually commenting, but I'll do my best to get through some. So while people are coming in, I'll go ahead and read some stuff here. More money to bribe complications. Yeah, I mean, I guess typically you'd probably be able to do that, but the problem is the case has become so big now and has reached apparently the ears of the president himself even. So I don't think it's going to be as easy as just buying your way out, at least not for now. So let's see what happens. Vengeful crime against humanity. Which is the crime against humanity? Please be more specific. He's in jail now, just like Vitaly was. Then he will be deported eventually, unless the case won't get dismissed. He's facing very serious accusations, plus those photos and videos recovered from the gadgets. So we're going to get into the actual details of it right now. I mean, since we do have about 150 people, I might just play the video soon, any second. But let me get through some more comments and we'll get into it. And as always, please feel free to share your thoughts and comments. If I have a guest on the show, please don't disrespect them. Or you can share your opinions or whatever. But if you're going to be like outright insulting to me, I'm not going to sit here like a fucking clown and take your insults. Not because I'm soft-skinned, but you got to disrupt the whole chat and all that shit. So if you don't like something I say, suck it up or skip the video or just express your opinions instead of calling somebody names or bring politics or religion or whatever else is on your mind, buddy. Feel free to share, but especially if I have a guest, that's what pisses me off. Somebody has the courage to come on live video and somebody else says, hey, what are this guy and that guy? Come on, let's grow up. He documented his own demise. Yeah, he's been warned thousands of times and ignored it for content, which was his only source of income. Yes, so that is the main thing here. We have to remember, Sim himself is not the worst guy in the Philippines. There's a lot worse people than him, foreigners and expats. We're not even going to talk about the locals, right? He's just one that put it out to 100,000 subscribers to view and see. And what happened, a lot of people took that content and uploaded themselves on their own TikTok channels or whatever. Because I don't think Sim, I don't know if he did have a TikTok, but you can't really, can you copyright on TikTok? I don't know how that works, but anyone can clip your stuff and just upload it. So more and more people saw it, which obviously raised more eyebrows and concerns. So yeah, let's see what happens. There's a lot of things that are in play here right now. Cybercrime offenses of the full. I'm not gonna get into a lot. Okay, so we have nearly 200 people. Let's go watch the video. This is the latest that was sent to me by Rob. So thank you, Rob. A few days ago, I just was going through too many things to talk about it until now. So let's take a look and see what Sim's lawyer says regarding this case. Okay, let me go ahead and share my stuff here so we can. Audio. Was I sharing the whole thing? Well, I wasn't. Good. Let's listen to see what he has to say.
And or you just apply for a voluntary deportation. Now, the case now in Manila is being handled by a Manila lawyer. But they are coordinating with me for the purpose of getting a clearance that he has no more pending case here in Dumaguete and Negros Oriental.
So, now, dili pa siya ma-deport kaya na pa man siya sayon.
Oh, yes. In order to avail of voluntary deportation, you must show to the Bureau of Immigration in Manila that you are already cleared So I'm in the process of clearing his name here, that he has no more case or cases. Ako ipadala sa Manila so that he can go home to his to Estonia.
So sa tupato pa sa Manila ron,
Tapos Manila.
yung pamilya na pa dire.
Yang pamilya di adere pero mosunod raman dagoy na dayon he is detained actually by the Bureau of Immigration. Well, it's about to be dismissed because the private complainant in that case executed already an affidavit of desistance. So mostly 99% na-dismiss na to. So my client, Sim Rusipo, wala na siya kaso. But there is a complication because of that search warrant issued by the local court with regard to that case. So I have to file another motion telling the court and telling the peace officers who applied for search warrant to aid the case that was filed na wala na kaya na-execute nag-affidavit of desistance ang private complainant. So wala na siya criminal case. Now, another complication is that the Bureau of Immigration in Manila came here because of their declaration na persona non grata, katong diri sa City Council, persona non grata. That's why my client is also going home and so you just apply for a voluntary deportation. Now, the case now in Manila is being handled by a Manila lawyer. But they are coordinating with me for the purpose of getting a clearance that he has no more pending case here in Dumaguete and Negros Oriental.
So now, dili pa siya ma-deport kay na pa man siya sayon nga.
Oh, yes. In order to avail of voluntary deportation, you must show to the Bureau of Immigration in Manila that you are already cleared. So I'm in the process of clearing his name here, that he has no more case or cases. Ako ipadala sa Manila so that he can go home to his to Estonia.
So sa tupato pa sa Manila ron,
Tapos Manila.
yung pamilya na pa dire.
Yang pamilya di adere pero mosunod raman dagoy na dayon he is detained actually by the Bureau of Immigration.
All right, so share screen's over, right? Yeah, it's done. In case you guys couldn't follow because it's speaking rather slowly, which is fine, so it's clear for everybody. Let me backtrack because not everybody's up to date with every single piece of news that's been released about Pro-Life Traveler. So Pro-Life Traveler was in Dumaguete going around making videos, although recently he has shifted a bit toward more family-oriented videos. His whole, I guess, channel was about walking around talking to random people. Now, during his travels, a lot of times he crossed the line of being appropriate or not, according to Philippines law. I don't care about him on a moral level. I'm not here to judge anybody on a personal thing. It doesn't matter. That's my opinion. But legally speaking, he broke several laws along the way. He may not agree with the laws or don't think they're quite right, but he still broke laws on camera, uploaded it. So one individual apparently was on one of his videos that was uploaded to YouTube, was there without any pants on. Her shorts were removed, she was in her bikini, and he took a video of that and uploaded it. That's just one of the ones, and we're believing that's the one that came forward, filed an official complaint. The details of that is not quite clear. What happened, that led to the City Council of Dumaguete seeing some of his other contents and him calling Filipinos monkeys and insulting trans individuals, as well as saying people's bras and all these little things, like little in like a legal sense, right? But that was enough for them to go ahead and declare him persona non grata. When you get declared persona non grata, the community doesn't want you, and you can leave. But what happened was immigration apparently, or some officials had him under watch for over a year. So these guys, pretty sneaky and snaky, they waited and waited and waited until it was close to his. This is my own personal opinion at this point. They waited until his renewal date was close enough where they said no, they denied his renewal. By the time he got his shit together, regardless of his like local persona non grata or whatever, they said he's overstayed his visa. Now it becomes an immigration problem, and the BI can come in from a federal perspective. While all that was happening, because of the sexual assault claims the woman brought forward, they were issued a search warrant for his devices. They took all that, phones, SD cards, GoPro, anything you may have had on him. So that is all put aside now. And now that becomes a problem itself, because the woman that came forward with the charge, she was bought out. We talked about some last video, the affidavit, her saying I dropped the charges. So she no longer pursues that case. But that is not the issue here. Now the issue becomes a visa situation, overstaying, and while he's being processed, they're going to go through his actual devices. Now that by itself becomes a separate case if they find something not good on those devices. And then you can say, well, if the charge were dismissed, then the search warrant should be void as well, because they were as a result of those charges. But this is the Philippines. If they want to get you, buddy, they're gonna get you for whatever reason. I'm not gonna sit here and try to tell you, oh yeah, buddy, the Philippines got 100% legit legal system. No, it's not about that. You piss off the wrong person, become public national news and all that. Now the people that are in charge, they can't simply let you walk away. They're gonna lose everybody, because Filipino people generally have how can I say this? They're very proud people, and you can't simply disrespect them and get away with it. They want people to know, no, you cannot do that. So that's why they walk and parade and bring these people up like in orange T-shirts and whatnot without the trial even being completed yet. And so that they showcase them to win like political points or people's, the community's opinion of the whole thing. It's a whole different thing. So that's where we're at. And that's what the lawyer is saying, that they're waiting on these two things to completely be resolved before they can actually deport him. Now, if BI had not come in and the persona non grata was issued against him, and Sim within that 24 hours was not yet, his visa was not expired, and somehow got an exit clearance, and then he could have left at some point if he just moved a bit quicker. But that's just obviously assumptions at this point. But that's what's going on with Sim. The lawyer explained it a little bit there, exactly what's going on. And I'm not saying the lawyer's a liar, but he's also not under any obligation to reveal all the information. He knows a lot more than you and I do, and a lot more than he's willing to explain to the public. He probably is only mentioning whatever is widely available knowledge, essentially, at this point. So that's what won. That's what won in, and we're gonna see what else Vitaly's gonna get up to soon, which I'm gonna read that quickly, and then I'm gonna do my best to get to some of your comments, guys. Thank you guys for sharing your thoughts. Who knows how many of these comments are like for, against, about the case, or just personal opinions, but I'll do my best to get some stuff in there. So the Vitaly situation, he was deported. He released some comments on Aiden live stream on Kick, which is another very popular YouTuber, I think, Kick streamer, IRL streamer, whatever. I think the Aiden guy was able to even interview Donald Trump. So he has some clout in the streaming atmosphere. So Vitaly went on the show and said that you can get anything you want in the Philippines prison. All you got to do is have money. And then that's where the videos came out of him showing, like I showed on the channel, him doing some tours of the little cell that is not a prison or a jail cell. That's a detention center. So then that was released. 3 people got fired. And now people are like, wait, now there may be more like corruption exposed. So now Remula came out yesterday, Jonovic Remula, the guy that's in charge of the secretary of DILG. So he's like, we're going to bring him back. We're going to bring Vitaly back. We're going to extradite him back to the Philippines, because that's a new charge if you bribe somebody to get a phone. So that is now becoming a complete clown show, in my opinion. It looks ridiculous on the Philippines itself and as a government. Yeah, I said it. Go ahead and report me. That's not an issue. That's my opinion. He was like, yeah, we're going to extradite him back to the Philippines. Over what? Over your guards giving him a phone? How does that make any sense? All that's going to do is make you look bad as a country and as a nation. I think at this point, Philippines has done enough to that guy. once they let him go, you gotta let it go, man. You can't go back and bring him back, and especially on such a small. It is pretty small when you look at like the grand scale of. There was no violent crime. There was no murder. There was no stabbing. There was no nothing. It wasn't like a violent crime when I say small. It might be a huge deal to a Filipino individual. I understand that's your nationality. That's your country. You don't want to be disrespected like that. Fair enough. You put him in jail for 10 months. That's not the point. The point is, on an international level, you can't be extraditing people because your guards at a facility, it's not even jail or prison, just a detention center, which a lot of people say they have phones in there anyways. Let them have a phone. So I'm going to read exactly what happened here quickly, and we'll get back to pro-life travelers soon. So as far as we know, the deported Russian vlogger Vitaly may face charges and be sent back to the Philippines if it's proven that he offered money to prison personnel in the country to be able to use gadgets while he was detained. So now they want to bring Vitaly back because he had some access to phone and whatnot. So I'll read a bit more into this. Controversial Russian vlogger Vitaly may be charged with extradited following his claims of corruption during his detention in the Philippines, according to Interior and Local Government Secretary Jonathan Remula. Remula made the statement in response to comments made by Vitaly on a YouTube live stream of Aden, where the vlogger claimed he had access to a phone while in jail by paying the guard. During the live stream, Vitaly said, quote, had the phone the whole time in jail after allegedly bribing a guard. He added that he vlogged the entire experience and planned to expose what he described as corruption, claiming that money allowed him to do anything while detained in prison, or Philippines says. Remula said he could not immediately comment on the allegations, noting that Vitaly stayed under the custody of the Bureau of Jail Management and Penology for only about a week before being transferred to the Bureau of Immigration Detention Facility, where he was held for several months. Quote, if he shows that he was the corruptor in the facility, then we can charge him and have him extradited back, Remula said. The message to an ABC News on Saturday. I'm not going to read the initial charges. Okay, so that is the claim. Come on, man. At this point, what are you guys doing? This is not an extraditable offense. Legally, you can do anything. Not anything. Legally, because the Philippines and the U.S. have extraditions in place, laws in place, and agreements in place. Technically, I suppose it could be a possibility, but it is unprecedented. And you're going to send the wrong message to the world. If a foreigner, a tourist, a traveler comes to the Philippines, for any reason they get arrested and they serve their time and they go back to their home country, you can still go after them. So it doesn't look good. I want to read one more thing. I know I'm getting through a lot of information, but this is mainly for people that are not on the live stream. They'll watch it later on. So bear with me at this point, but I think it's important that we know this stuff. So I try to stay away from gossip as much as I can. If it makes the news, I'll talk about it. I've said this a few times, I'll say it again. But this was a comment that made a lot of sense to me. Extraditable offenses. The offense for which extradition is sought must be punishable under the laws of both countries, number one. Typically, serious crimes such as murder, drug trafficking, people trafficking, fraud are included. Dual criminality principle. The principle of dual criminality states that the act must be considered a crime in both the U.S. and the Philippines. If the action is not a crime in one of the countries, extradition is generally not permissible. In theory, it may swap, example, the Russian exchange for Kubaloy. Kubaloy's back already, right? Is he back? No, Kubaloy went back to the U.S. I don't even know what happened to that guy in the future. Anyways, this guy holds a green card still, by the way, in the U.S. and blacklisted from the re-entering the Philippines. Vitaly cannot be extradited back to the Philippines due to his recent deportation, which makes the whole thing weird. You just deported him. You can't be asking for him back again. You should have dealt with that with him accordingly. So that's the latest. I think it's not a good sign to be doing this. You have to think long term. That this is not a. This is becoming a personal thing. I feel like from individual perspectives or even departments. So when authorities publicly parade a foreigner, let the story go viral, then talk about filing charges after deportation and create bad optics internationally to tourists and expats, especially from places like the U.S. It can look less like a calm rule of law enforcement and more like reactive media-driven punishment. Even sometimes it's technically legal. Even though it's technically legal, the sequence feels unpredictable and emotionally charged, which is not what somebody wants to go on vacation for. So that's what's going on latest with Pro-Life Traveler, Vitaly. These guys are all over the place regarding deportation and all the stuff, man. It's getting wild when it comes to YouTubers because just recently that guy from TikTok was also arrested. What's his name? I forgot. Something Nikita, the guy that's going around BGC saying, "Hey, let's jackal everybody. Let's spread HIV. Let's spread HIV." So what are you thinking, bro? That guy's just a moron. I mean, most of these guys are, but like the fact that he thought that was cool, I'm gonna get some what recognition. It's kind of dumb in my opinion. Oh, hey, let's get to some comments. So not bad, eh? What time is it? 20 minutes to get through that. Not bad at all. But let me go on to some of these comments. Guys, we also have a chat goal, 5 super stickers. I'm going to open up I typed in, what did I type in? I'm going to bust open a young coconut. But for some reason, YouTube thinks that's sexual. Is that a sexual thing? I don't know. But the point is, I'm going to break a coconut if we get 5 stickers. Let's go to some of these comments. As long as he's stuck in probably the room, Vitaly. Okay. Why is this? Why is my YouTube from Japan? I'm not in Japan. This shit. Yo, this better not mess with my algorithm, man. Why am I in Japan? Ah, damn. I have to turn off my VPN, son. Oh, no. That might explain a lot of these numbers that are coming in. But, okay. Whatever. Let me get back to some of these comments, guys. Or get into some of these comments. So that is the latest on those two guys. Let's see what happens next. One thing is for sure, if he gets deported, he will never be coming back to the Philippines. He needs to look at some places he can take advantage of. He abused the kindness of the Dumaguete peoples, Dumaguetes. Yes, I think so. I think from a YouTuber perspective, it's going to be very difficult for him to maintain his channel growth. Initially, when he comes back, if he comes back and puts out a video, it's going to get a lot of views. It might be his #1. Actually, it will not be his #1 because there won't be, because there'll be no woman involved. But it'll be one of his most successful YouTube videos, him explaining or apologizing, whatever he wants to do. But after the first week or two, the way YouTube works, based on the back end of things and the algorithm and the fact that he's not in the Philippines, his views are going to drop drastically. So he's going to have to either start a whole new channel because it's going to be a battle trying to get. YouTube sees the YouTube works this way. You have 100,000 subscribers, but if only 10,000 of them are watching it, YouTube will not push it out to a bigger audience. So eventually it's going to shrink smaller and smaller. It's a whole thing. But so he may have to start a whole new channel to be successful again to the level he was, or simply be happy with whatever views he gets by either bashing the Philippines or just doing the same thing in another country, which I think it's not going to work out for him. No other country is going to allow him to that degree to behave that way. I don't think so. Or that the English is going to be a factor where YouTube itself is not going to push his content because, for example, Thailand, the viewers are going to be watching Thai content, the whole thing. So, yeah, I don't think it's going to work out for him too well when it comes to YouTube. I don't know personally and all that, but yeah, he documented his life. Yeah, we talked about this already. What else we got? What about the parrot? She was in compliance with him every step of the way. I assume the parrot is a wife, alleged wife, supposed wife, real wife. We don't know. A lot of people questioning that. Look what happened with Vitaly's account. Nothing. The guy was in on it too. And he just simply took a couple of weeks off of the internet, went somewhere, and I think Taiwan. Never heard about it again. So I think she's going to be fine when it comes to criminal stuff. And people that are concerned about his wife and his kid, what about the wife and the kid? Come on, man. Well, not that stupid. You know, you don't care about them. You care about her personally. You want to know where she live at. You want to grab that number. Apparently, a lot of guys are still interested in her, whatever. But she's going to be fine, is my point. If you're genuinely concerned about her finances or whatever, do not worry. She's going to be completely okay. Let me just say she's going to be doing better than me, so don't worry about that. Filipino jails are not that tough as expected. That wasn't a jail. That was just a holding facility. He had his own bathroom, a shower, and also plenty of sunlight and fresh air, vitamin D, guaranteed. I assume you mean penis, guaranteed. Is that what we're talking about? Vitamin D is the sun? I don't know. No eggs in jail, no haircuts in jail. I assume these are like inside jokes. That's what I mean, wife and kid. It's not his kid. It's simple. He spent a few months in prison when we were reported banned for life. Yeah, I think that's basically the most likely outcome. That would be his best outcome, in my opinion, because Vitali didn't do this guy any justice. Not justice. Vitali really kind of screwed up pro-life chances of getting simply deported, because now theoretically, Remula and his buddies, or whoever's in charge of all this, is they're gonna learn from the last mistake. Let that guy go. First thing he did is start talking shit. So I'm assuming they might be like, "Look at here, man. We're not gonna let you go because we don't know if you're gonna leave and start exposing things, talking stuff, whatever." Right? So I think he did not do this guy any favors at all. If anything, it's gonna make it a lot worse for pro-life Trump. He ain't going nowhere. He ain't going anywhere for a long time. I think so too. I think he's not going anywhere for a while just because they don't want to be made a fool of again. Or they might actually spin it the other way. I mean, if I'm going to be very optimistic, I don't think so. But what if the Philippines government says, you know what, we're not going to do the same thing as Vitali. We made a whole kind of a shit show out of that. Didn't work out the way we wanted to. We held him for no reason, even though we posted bail on a crime that was only 30 days maximum punishable. Why did it take them another 9 months to get deported? Who knows, right? So maybe they're like, you know what, let's not do this. Probably doesn't look good for our tourism. If anybody cares, which I have my own thoughts about tourism in the Philippines, I wouldn't. Here's what I think. I'm not going to name names, but I think those in charge of tourism directly might be more interested in the personal benefits rather than the countries, right? So for that purpose, they may not give a shit how many people enter the country or not, right? So it might even be better for them. Look, Mr. President, last year we only had 4 million visitors, 5 million visitors, 6 million visitors. We need more money to put towards tourism. Please give me more money for the budget. So the point is, that stuff is like, I don't think it coincides really well. So there's a whole bunch of different ways of angles. Hello, we got a $10 super thanks. First one of the day. 4 more. We're busting open a coconut. I want a coconut anyways. Beanie Man. And Beanie Boy says they act quickly to save face, but in the end, they lose face. Now they want to compound it by threatening an extradition, which will, in the end, expose the whole corrupt system. Brilliant. Yeah. So this is, they kind of put themselves in the position. That's what I think. That's what I said right now. It's like, why would you go out and make this announcement? You spoke from, I feel like, a personal, emotional perspective. What are you trying to scare every single person, saying even after deportation, not when you left the country, we're going to bring you back, but we deported you. We had you in custody for this long, and yet we still couldn't expose this fact we had a phone. We did no cell checks or whatever. We didn't come through at all. It's going to do a lot more damage, I think, than try to bring them back for what? And the U.S. is not going to do this. You think the U.S. is going to send, even though it's not a citizen, but a green card holder back to the Philippines? What precedent does that set? Do they want to get involved with this, like every single little thing as far as crimes go? They're gonna have to put somebody on a plane and answer to the Philippines government. It's not gonna work. I would 99.8765% say the fly is not gonna be extradited back, but I think they want to. They want to save face, but it's kind of, backfiring a little bit, if I say so myself. Don't video my daughter here or touch her. It's hazardous to your health, expat tourists. Yes, please have permission whenever you're videoing people. That's one more thing a lot of people are a little, I don't want to say misinformed about, but maybe a little bit hesitant. I don't want to say this to promote people going and do exactly what a pro-life traveler did. If and when I go back to the Philippines, I'm going to still do exactly what I was doing. Like, I'm not going to be worried about this whole circular that's been going on, even though I talked about it myself, about blurring people's faces. I have my own little disclaimer I'm going to put out. Somebody has a problem with it, I'll delete the video, take it down. But I think this was just put in place for exactly this type of behavior. When you disrespectfully enter people's homes without their permission or exploit young kids, that's a different thing. But if you're walking around, there's dozens of really popular channels that do exactly what pro-life was doing without touching people or intruding into privacy or becoming very, exploitative as far as like the individual young people go. People that think, oh, this was just because he exposed the poverty. No, buddy. There are a lot of channels doing exactly like this, walking through very, impoverished areas without any problem. So don't worry about that. Hey, looks like coconut's gonna happen. Q Burton, thank you for the $10, man. I appreciate that. I wish you asked the question so I could read it because there's a lot of comments here, so I would have definitely been able to read yours. So thank you so much. I appreciate that, guys. Big ups. Let me go through some more comments. We got like a while, so we got 430 people on here. Well, we'll get through as much as we can. Some people are. Andrew says, I'm 50-50 on this whole situation. Ozzy is woke as fuck. But what he done wouldn't even make headlines. Helping his thin skin. In a lot of ways it is. When you, like yesterday's video with the RPG, if you guys saw that, that shit is wild, man. But like, the point is, certain individuals, certain departments, I think they want some, points for whatever purpose. So it makes the news. And just like any other news station, negative news about foreigners is going to get a lot of views, right? Just because everybody has an opinion. There's a lot of different sides to it. Also, like, for me, at least it impacts our foreigner community directly. So that's why Asia Now was even created, right? One of the main reasons was like, I didn't see any English source news that I can go to regularly, which I felt comfortable, like I was one of the regular traveler type of people, or at least not to the format that I wanted, right? But yeah, I can see why you feel that way. You don't want the country to be woke, but also you don't want to be like, come on, man, I'm gonna do this for just something like that. So I've seen this happen in Thailand. I used to help those detained with translation. Oh, depending on the case, it may not be dismissed, as his lawyer said. Yeah, so it can go either way. I honestly would not be surprised if they let him go in like 2 weeks, or if they keep him there for 2 years, right? That's one of those things where it's like, it can go either way depending on whoever's in charge and how they see it on that particular day. Philippines is a beautiful country. It is. I have to agree. I just got here. I'm going to watch the replay. Sure, bud. Whoa, this was the comment from a half an hour ago. I'm really behind. Let me try to get through some of these guys. You didn't pay enough. The officials, perhaps. My theory that was the LGBT comments and his counselor took offense to it, as he seems to like one. Do you think because the counselor is gay, he was upset that pro-life traveler made some degrading comments towards LGBT people? I don't know what he may have said. In other words, he's fucked. Perhaps. In other words, he is. I mean, when your lawyer comes out and says you're not going to anytime soon, and it's complicated, I think that's a cause for concern, That guy, I don't know, who knows, but that guy seems to be well seasoned. The lawyer seems to be well experienced, so hopefully you know something we don't want to know something. As far as this client, it's not a personal opinion. Saying food is undercooked equal disrespect. In the Philippines, can you be more specific? Martin says he made his money by running down the people of the Philippines. Now drain his bank account with lawyer fees, fines, paying the victims. He was broke with a couple of years in a regular jail. Something. Back when I used to smoke, I grew high-grade weed here in Cavite for personal use. How do you feel about that? I no longer smoke or drink, by the way. I personally have no feelings about it. I think it's a risk you're going to take. If you get caught, I don't know what they're going to do to you. Maybe you could just give them a pound or two. I don't know. I don't smoke it, but a lot of people I know do, and it's not. I think if it's a natural thing, the government should go fuck themselves as far as that goes. I've never heard of anybody high on weed hurt somebody as far as like I'm sure if it's laced or something crazy or whatever, but alcohol does a lot more damage. Cigarettes do a lot more damage. So just because I think there's some kind of tax angle they can't tax you on it, I don't know. But I think if it's a personal thing, it's for doing it at your home. If it's not seeping out to your neighbor, they can smell everything. If they don't like it, okay, do whatever you want. Personally, I don't care about it. But if you're in the Philippines, I think you're a brave man because they might take that seriously. I like my freedom too much to be doing anything like that, but if I wasn't a smoker, me doing it, I have no clue, but I have no thoughts on it. This lawyer is cleaning things up for the Bureau of Immigration and their stuff up with their warrants. If there was a stuff up with the warrant, this lawyer should be getting his client off the technicality. Maybe, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So if he's really good, he could be like, buddy, they dropped the charge, so the search warrant should be void, right? I don't know how that works though, but that's not, and but that doesn't make any sense either, right? So, but what if that search warrant reveals some serious crimes? You simply dismiss that? Maybe you have to. I don't really know how that works, to be honest. He has many TikTok channels, like about 7 to 10. Someone's still uploading. Also, I assume it's her doing it. Maybe it's not TikTok. There's no money in TikTok. I don't think him or any actual YouTuber does TikTok for money. He might try to be funneling people to his YouTube channel. There's money in TikTok, but pro life is not making any of it. So, or anybody else posting this stuff, it's very like a cent or maybe $1 or two, like 1 million views. Don't worry about that. But it's other people doing it. I don't think it's him, from my understanding. It might be. I don't know enough, but I think it's just random people clipping this content and uploading it. But they do the same thing to my interviews, right? On the street, there's a bunch of people uploading my content, and I can't do anything about it because it's a platform. So I don't care. But I don't think it's him. Ladies call me gorilla, and I'm not offended. That's a personal thing, though, right? It's not a calling entire Filipinos monkeys on his YouTube channel, and when there's actual laws against like insulting and harassing and like I don't the monkey thing is not the reason why they got him. That's just like what the guy said on one of his slides to win some points. I assume. Hey, oh, we got another one. Oh, damn, two more, and I got to break a coconut. I bet. Okay, so Gomes Boro says, I bet Vitaly won't be talking smack about Russia. I guess about Russians in Russia, and that he has really found God based on come on. Finding God. I think maybe he's Christian or Catholic anyways, and he's gonna read the Bible regardless. That was, I think, just a method, a way to try to get out early. That's my opinion. If I'm stuck somewhere for 10 months in a cell, I mean, I'll be finding Buddha, God, Jesus, whatever you want me to get out, probably. I would assume he's just doing that. But if he found God, I think his behavior might be different a little bit, but he hasn't really done anything crazy since he's been out. He just said he wants to expose the Philippines for content. That's his whole livelihood, right? So better than just like insulting or calling people names or talking down to other people. We could have been saying all kinds of stuff by now, but maybe he will in his documentary. We don't really know. But thank you for that $5. I appreciate that. Low T, high, low tide, high tide. It's a matter of time before regular guy is going down. I've seen this a couple of times on my channel, people commenting, what is this specifically you guys think we should put on for? I've seen this content. I've never seen anything illegal as far as like enough to pick them out. But once again, let me be clear. I don't watch anyone's videos. I've said this many times. If they make the news, I cover it. I don't have enough time. I don't want to do just justice, injustice, injustice. Buddy, learn to speak English and disservice to them by occasionally watching a video. And if I don't click on a video, there's CTR lowers, and I don't want to do that to a fellow YouTuber. I don't know what's going on, but people have said this. If anybody has specifics against an individual or something that you think he did, please share so we have a bit more clarity. But by just saying things, you have to be a bit more, at least for me, you have to be a bit more descriptive. I don't know, man. I feel like the Philippines immigration jail, it could also be a scam, or they're just holding people. Money from that person before they send him back home. Yeah, it could be. Could be anything, right? Could be just on like an employee level kind of stuff. Could be just like a bureaucratic, like nobody wanted to accept Vitaly. I think that's what took too long. The US said no initially, Russia said no initially, or they could have just used that excuse to keep him in jail longer because they took it personally. You don't really know how these things work because by law, they should have let him go a long time, right? After the first week, he got bail. His one vexation case pending against him. Never even went to trial. But so there was what happened there, right? So they just held him 10 months trying to get that one 30-day vexation. After the 30-day holding facility, you could just assume he was guilty And he still should have been free because he served his time, right? So you can't look at this from a legal perspective because it just doesn't make any sense. At least from my latent idea of justice law, but the Philippines doesn't operate exactly how whichever country you and I might come from. So Vitali is going to make a mockery out of the Philippines. Even then, I think his one supposed documentary might be great for just simply sharing his experience and having a one-off type of. I just don't see him benefiting at all by being completely rude or as far insulting, or I think he might try to focus on this corrupt angle. Like, look at me, I was stuck here for this. Like he tries to be not the hero of his own little video by saying the people here for 10 years, right? But he's still trying to make it about him. Like he knows what he's doing. He's been in the game for a long time. That guy has a massive following. So just because myself is not familiar with his content, I can't deny that he knows how to get younger people's attention or whatever. So I don't think insulting the Philippines is going to be that's for him because regular people have no skin in the game. They don't know nothing about Philippines as far as 18 to 30-year-olds in the US go, right? So not many people. Philippine jails are hell. You people have no clue. I have a little bit of clue. I know it's hell. They have 40 people in like a room. Like most people know when they see these things on documentaries or just at a glance. This guy was just like at a holding facility. It wasn't really that bad. They will start interviewing girls to see if they're being exploited. They now want GF name detailed after 1 year visa renewal. Really? Is this for the visa immigration renewal? Huh? Is that a big deal though? Say you don't have a girlfriend. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, bro, I'm single, buddy. I just different girl every night. I don't know. I don't know her name. It just comes over. I actually have a lot to say about the immigration detention center. I spent a few months there myself. Later today, I'll release a video from the Vitaly video. Cool, man. Cool, 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 cool. A regular guy on the run. I think he's still in the Philippines, right? I think he's still making videos. Bring him back. I got Vitaly. Imagine selling out the very people that imagine selling out the very people that help you have privileges. Yeah, I mean, once again, I'm not gonna involve my personal opinions and thoughts about another individual, another man. I won't try to comment on like the YouTube angle or what's in the news, but people have all kinds of feelings. A lot of people supported him, both Vitaly and Pro Life Traveler. Nobody has 100,000 subscribers or 5 million YouTube subscribers that Vitaly, a ridiculous number, if they were supporting him, right? So that's why I have no worry about his wife and kid. They got just fine. Yeah, so regular guy just done a visa extension. Every extension, they do a criminal check. They would, and I would assume it come up, and you cannot renew your visa for something against you, just like sit here. Or the cybercrime come in your house to get your devices, then for sure see found something. I'm a master IT, and all you deleted your files. You get back with the Linux SSD is more difficult. And a lot of it might just be on the SD card, right? Doesn't have to be like on any encrypted, firewall or anything, or just simply on his YouTube channel, but listed as private or unlisted where nobody can see it except for him who goes to the individual with a specific link. So there's still a ton of potential evidence against him. What about what about the dude's family? They're in the Philippines then. I read Mr. Rusipo faces possible lifetime entry ban in the Philippines. Could be. Yeah, I don't even think it's legally married. I have to see. Like, I don't care enough to do any research or investigation. But if somebody has any evidence they got married, that might clear some things up. Nobody has any evidence. Maybe the guy's private, but it would have made sense from a guy that posts everything about his life daily. But I think it would have been very beneficial to him to go to a ceremony and like in church and like I'm a family man, bro. So I don't understand how that may have maybe they were gonna do a later wedding. I don't know enough about it, but that'd be cool to see some evidence whether he is or not married. Vitaly complains about rats, but turns out to be the biggest rat. Yeah. A regular guy posted about bongbongs and prosties that he's under review. I don't know what a bongbong is, but a prosty is a prostitute. That's not illegal to be filming adults, right? It's just a matter of this guy did it with kids. And when I say kids, I don't mean sexually, whatever, but I'm saying permission to post their. And one more thing, if you're walking around and there has to be kids in the background, that's not enough to bring you in for this. So that is also one more thing I'm going to clarify. Don't be scared and run away every time you see a kid or whatever. Just don't touch kids. Don't put cameras in the face. Specifically, is the point, right? So you can clip any YouTuber to look bad. Probably, yeah. Why not? That's what a lot of people do. They take like 1 or 2 sentences, right? Or even not even just a few words. That's everywhere in the world. Money talks. Also in Europe or the U.S., you can get things in prison, definitely. And that's what I said. The first thing I said yesterday in the video was that just like anywhere else, if you got money, you can get things in any kind of holding facility. What's this? Someone actually put her real Facebook page out there, which showed her, I guess, before she was pregnant and after playing with baby boy. Okay. What does that prove? I see the internet cops and lawyers are here again, acting as jury and judge and executioner. Okay. People have the right to say whatever, right? That's their opinion. Just like you did. Who are you to judge us for having opinions? Regular disrespect Filipino men and women. And disrespecting Filipinos in which way? Like on camera? Can you guys gotta be more specific, man? Like I want to be able to talk about it, but like nobody's giving me anything solid. Um, where's this at? Sim better get ready for a long stay. I think so as well. I didn't want to read this, but it's funny, man. I got to give you that. He posted a video of him talking to his wife in the washroom while she was taking a shit. He was commenting how bad the smell was. Who does that? Well, Sim, the pro-life trial, that's wild, man. It's crazy. Um, so YouTube experiment says at this point, instead they should go after the guards for accepting bribes. Just say they did. They fired 3 of them. So, but I feel like there could be more than 3 people involved. And that's the thing. You fire 3 people. Why doesn't the Philippines government take that as the win? Look at us. We're so proper. We let go of 3 officials that helped Vitaly. Let this not happen again. And everybody should know we follow the procedure and laws, and we don't accept corrupt behavior, that kind of stuff. I don't, and then they just want to flip the other way, bring him back to the Philippines because he said that we're corrupt or he took a phone. Are the secretary in the Philippines put your own TV for some bad things you have doing in the Philippines? You be sure he will do everything in his power to punish you more. Yeah, the easiest thing is just don't do crimes and put them on YouTube. Like everything's gonna be fine. These are just people that hopefully we all learn a lesson from. There's a lot of channels, I'm sure, gossiping and whatever. That's fine. People want entertainment. Um, for here though, I just try to cover whatever's in the news. And unfortunately, the guy keeps making the news, right? The whole Vitaly thing. There's even more that I haven't covered yet. I'm gonna get into it tomorrow. But like, stuff's getting wild, man. Like as far as like one guy ruining it for everybody. Like I can see that happening. There could be an actual brand new law that says no more cameras in the Philippines. It's got to be in like a controlled environment, like a studio or something, or like you have to have a genuine personal use for it and not upload it to public YouTube monetized channel. Who knows, right? The point is, it could be something like that just because of a few people. Which, I mean, if the country wants to do that, and that's their rights. But I can see that happening. David says a lot of bloggers video poor areas and the tourism down. The government has to protect their integrity, and talking down in the Philippine people gives them more of a reason. I don't buy this whole poverty angle. It's not a secret. Maybe a secret to most YouTubers that go ahead and try to highlight only the positive side of things. But anyone that does like 5 minutes of actual research themselves will see exactly what's going on in the Philippines as far as poverty goes. But typically, tourists are not watching a regular guy, Asia now. They're not watching abroad. They're not watching pro-life traveler. They're watching when they type in Philippines. They watch like beautiful Philippines. The algorithm shows them Philippines, not just day-to-day vloggers and YouTubers or whatever. Free Duterte. What is going on with Duterte, by the way? That guy's been. Is he gonna have a trial? Well, that guy's gonna die before anything happens. Yeah, I'm using VPN. I'm pissed off about it. I just ruined my whole stuff. I'm not in Japan, YouTube. I'm not in Japan. They don't hear it, obviously. Any update on Sim's wife and child? Somebody said she's with another man. Somebody said she sold everything. Somebody said the guy that bought the motorcycle is with her now. But I think most people are curious because they want to know if they have a chance than anything else. I have a couple of Japanese videos, don't I? No, I just only did Japan interviews, right? Yeah, I've only like 2 or 3 interviews from Japan, but I didn't do any. Did I do showing around stuff? I think I did. I can't remember. I have a bad memory. I was there last year. I do travel. I travel a lot, guys. I just don't show it on YouTube. I was in 10 countries this year alone, 8 countries, I should say. So I don't know how much more I get along to travel. Too many Karens in here. Okay, that's the Karens everywhere, so I wouldn't be surprised if Karens in here. I don't ever trust another expat YouTuber. Most all are backstab stealers. Don't trust other expat YouTubers. Almost all of them, or most of them, are backstabbers. Trust is something I think doesn't come easily to me, so I understand and agree. We're doing how long? 53 minutes. All right, guys. We got 3 stickers, so thank you guys for that. 2 more stickers. I'm going to open up a coconut, smash the hell out of that. Got 10 of those for $3 yesterday. Imagine 10 coconuts for $3. What are you talking about? Vitaly's a snitch. Oh, he's out. So now snitching on a government, is that considered a snitch? A lot of comments, guys. Sorry, let me get through some of these. Can the Philippines? Technically, legally, yes, but very unlikely, like I said. Very unprecedented. It's very unlikely. Yeah, extraditing somebody is not a simple case. It takes a lot. Even this Krugaloy or Tevez, they years this guy murdered 40 people apparently, 20 people. I don't know how many, but that guy, it's not easy to extradite people for crimes such as pretending to steal a fan or jumping on a GP or telling an older lady he's gonna kill her, which is pretty bad. But at least extradition wise, I don't think quite meets that standard yet. Last week you was calling him a creep, and now you appear to be more softer. You change your views very quickly. I still think he's a creep, man. Like, people listen. People just, I change my views. You just change your views about me in a week. Sim is a creep to me as a person, but it doesn't change factually what he did. We just went over this case, and just because one person said something about a crime and there's an update about the case, they can't have another opinion about it. Come on, man. Come on, Bonetti, Macaroni. I can't take you seriously. Pro Travel deserves to be in jail for no phones are on him. Low life traveler reckless on. Will the traveler be able to apply for a visa for his wife and kid? Will the government allow it for red flag? If he goes back to Estonia, I have no clue. I doubt the wife wants to go there. I don't even know if that a good. I have no idea. Honestly, no clue. I'm sure if he can provide proof, but would the government let the wife go? Because I don't know how that works. No clue. Yeah, man, put Sim in Billy prison. Yeah, he's gonna have a hard time there. well, YouTube sent his 100,000 subscriber award to Bikuchan. That's the silver plaque, right? They sent it to him in jail, basically. I still haven't seen mine physically. So when I get my silver plate button, it's somewhere in Canada. I got it 2 years ago, I think. It's a long time now. But yeah, curious how big it is. I don't think you're gonna have to apply for it. It's not that simple. So you have to actually go and like sign up and go to your home address. 100,000 fools. Fort of Words in Act of 2029. Personally, I wouldn't vlog in Philippines or stay too much online. Yeah, it depends. Exactly, like Crypto Trekker. This guy is very popular. He goes around the slums. He goes everywhere. But the point is, he got a very popular channel, and he does exactly what people think that's, you know, the reason why he's in prison. It's not. It's not because of that. So, hello, Big Mon. Thank you, Big Mon, with a 10, not 10, no, 2,000 Japanese yen super sticker to the channel. Why can't I click on it though? Uh-oh, I think we hit 5 already. Malaysian, Romali, ringgit. Every time I see Malaysian money, I don't know why I keep thinking it's Romali. It's ringgit, Malaysian ringgit. I think Romali was some bread I ate in the southern parts of India and Goa. It's stuck in my head every time I see MYR. Thank you, I appreciate it. Morning, nasi lemak from me. I love nasi lemak. I have videos of eating the first time. Delicious. Love that coconut rice, bro. Delicious. Thank you. How do I? Kai first, yes. I appreciate that. A big man with 2,000. So I guess I'm busting open a coconut. You guys want to see this? All right. I'm a man of my word. First of all, let me go ahead and I'm gonna go right there. This right here, won't it? You already know what this is. This is a mallet that's supposed to be here to make grind spices and whatnot, and actually make sometimes really. Ugh. Boom. This one take a second. Put the straw in this bitch. So there you go. Boom, done. That's it. We got coconut. This is a young coconut. These are extremely sweet compared to the big green ones. This one right here, I got 10 of these for $2. 10 of these, so 33 cents a piece. Unbelievable in Bangkok. And not even like, can I star these? Yes. Thank you guys for those stickers. Much love, much respect. Feel free to ask your questions when you guys donate that money so I can at least, sift through some of these comments and Baby, this is worth it alone. If you haven't tried this in Southeast Asia, you're missing out. This right here, oh shit. I hear it's really cold in Canada right now. This will make all your problems go away. Wow. Best day of my life. The coconut right there. Yeah, delicious. I can't get over how good that is. I remember the first time I tried coconut water, I think it was imported from Jamaica or something in Canada at a grocery store and outside of a box, which I'm pretty sure either expired or whatever. I'm like, who likes this? Who drinks this regularly? Then I came to Southeast Asia and had a real coconut. Blew my mind. All right, so lost a lot of people with that, but that's okay. That's okay. I don't mind. It is what it is. Some people like coconut. Some people. Okay. Crypto Tracker is the last thing we read. Thank you guys for those stickers. Is this a Karen channel? Oh, my feelings. You called me a Karen. Oh no, my only YouTube uniform has some coconut on it. Are you indicating that vloggers should be in fear once they go? I'm indicating the opposite, bro. I'm saying don't be in fear. What you gotta do is don't put kids on them purposely to try to exploit them or go into people's homes or touch people that are younger than 18 or whatever. Even if they're older than 18, just because they're adults, they give you the right to touch them. She can file a case against you. Stop touching people without their permission. Like, you are friendly, but don't take that to another level. Don't be trying to finger blast people on the street. Come on, man. What's wrong with you? Come on, Jack. Biden. Anyways, the U.S. needs Philippines. See what the coconut does? A boost of energy. Right? The U.S. now needs the Philippines if they want to protect Taiwan. They may convince someone in the State Department to put them back. Some will suffer from what Natalia did. I 100% agree. I cannot dispute anything you said. I would not be surprised because I said just because there hasn't been a precedent or something getting reported, I wouldn't really be surprised if they did send them back for. I don't think it's going to happen. Very, very unlikely, in my opinion. Extremely unlikely. People have been wrong before. I've been wrong. For sure. Hey, Dominique. Why can't I highlight your question, though? How dumb is this? Did I read this already? Did I thank you for this? I don't remember. I bet Vitalia won't be talking smack while Russia we did this. Man, I'm really behind in these comments, so I'm just trying to find this one. Again. Most likely not on my channel, but Palm has her own channel. If you guys want to see what's going on in Thailand, you can see Palm on her own channel. Her channel is called Thai Thoughts. If you guys know Living Abroad, you know Palm. If you know Palm, you know who she is. And I don't typically, so if you want to support her on her channel, you can check it out here. She has, whoa, 16,000 subscribers, and she talks about stuff that's going on in Thailand, but from like a Thai person's perspective, right? So, yeah, check out her channel if you guys are interested. So, going back to the live comments. So, thank you for that $5. Why are you turning red? Am I turning red? I don't know, man. Maybe it's hot in here. Maybe I'm a hot guy, you know? I'm on fire. There's too many comments, guys. Give me a second. I'll try to get to as many of these, so my apologies. Wow. I'm really behind, guys. My bad. What is next? Wait. I'm like 45 minutes behind the comments, guys. 1 second. I want to highlight this because this person I think wrote her a couple times, like I'm supposed to be scared or something, or not talk about things. Filipino Justice Leagues. That's funny. Justice League said Alex won't comment on regular guy because he is friend with him. Buddy, if that was true, first of all, I want to highlight everybody saying, "Oh, what about regular guy?" I told you guys, send me some factual, newsworthy stuff, and I'll cover it. He has not made the news. He's not on immigration deportation list. I'm not talking. Have I talked about any other blogger that has not been in the news? I don't care for gossip, bro. If you got something, go ahead and file a case against him. Shit. His friend, I met regular guy twice. Scott once when I interviewed him, and once at Isle Mall, right? So if you guys have anything, all this proves to me he actually has not done anything wrong. So if he'd done something wrong, he would either not have his visa renewed or he'd be in the news. That's the way I see it, right? So until that point, I have nothing to talk about regular guy or Mr. Poggi or whoever else you guys, Jim Jordan, fucking Barry Bonds, all these guys, just people online, right? So that's like personal attacks. Show me something concrete, my guy, which I can have a source with some visuals so you can see that on Asia, not regular. That's why. Let me get back to his comments. I'm not about like gossip life, bro. Mr. Bean, pro-life traveler, just an online troll, and Karens don't get. He's playing a weird character. Oh yeah, I just murdered this guy because of playing character. Your character doesn't excuse you of crimes. Oh, I just touched this kid when he didn't give me permission. Oh, he shouldn't. Kids can't give me permission for whatever. Whichever character he is, it doesn't matter. He broke some laws and they got him for it. It's just how much time is he going to spend in jail now? I thought Sim was already deported. That's why you guys got to watch Asia Now, because on this channel, I never once said he was deported. I speak facts, peoples. But whenever you do other gibberish, Google it, see if you're right, because sometimes people assume things because he was sitting at, with his lawyer next to some police officer, or they got him in handcuffs or in some orange shirt, doesn't necessarily mean he was deported. The fuck are you always fucking with Sim? I don't know, bro. 400 people seem to care. You seem to care enough to watch it and talk about it and comment about it. I can talk about it when I have something like the video I should in this video, because I haven't seen that being talked about anywhere else, or makes the news. I'm going to stop addressing some of you trolls because it's not getting very annoying, but those are the reason. I don't know what this is regarding. What? Hello? Is my audio good? Shit. That's why it sucks. I don't believe you, man. The person that said it so far. Let's see if my audio is. Wait. Testing 1 2 1 2. It's fine, bro. Don't mess with me like that. What happened to the investigation into the electronic devices? According to his lawyer, those are still ongoing. That's what the major, I think. If I was Rusifo himself, that would be my biggest concern right now. What do I have on those devices? Problem is, it doesn't have to be much, right? If there's video evidence of him simply hanging around a teenager or touching a teenager or having even private videos of him doing stuff with a woman that has not been released yet, that can easily, very easily be classified as trafficking, exploitation, child abuse, some serious charges, right? So what they can do is simply maximize the law against those things and try to prevent people from, like, actual abusers or whatever, traffickers, to ever thinking about that or doing things, because they can say, look, even with this, we can put this man away for this many years. So don't you ever think about that kind of stuff. So I'll be concerned about that. I'll be really concerned about what's on those devices, because they came without any warning. with armed guards. They went through all the stuff. He had some like SD card in a sock somewhere or whatever it was. It seemed like it was hidden, right? So if you saw that video on the photos after, so I'm just like, what's in there, bro? What you got in the SD card there? What's in there? Because the visa overstay, it's not a crime. That I mean, it's a crime, but it's not like I wouldn't be worried about that. But also, the persona non grata doesn't mean to get him out of community. The charges that the woman brought forward that was dropped. So it's only coming down to what's on them SD cards and what's on his memory and all that GoPro. They can go through his phone. I say some messed up stuff on my phone to the ladies, to the gal them. I said, look here, I do this to you, I do that to you, but it's sensual, right? So who knows? Wait, I might have another video for you guys. Let me see here. I seen a video where Vitalik was trying to help. Oh yeah, I already covered that. I released that video already. Rob, no worries. Never mind. Never mind. Just- Anyways, what are we talking about? Audio still. Fuck. When did this happen? God damn it. So stuff like that. This should be like a red flag or something because I can't find these comments hidden away. Weird. Sorry. I hope the audio is okay now, though, right? Like, because it sounds fine for me from here. I do this so it doesn't echo. It's fine, bro. Don't mess with me like that. Yeah, I don't know, man. I got an external shotgun mic right here. Freaking Rode. $40 microphone. You don't do me any good. What the point is? Who knows? So yeah, too many people to get to. My apologies. I want to talk about everybody and their comments. Audio. No means multiple times. She said. No means no multiple times. She told him no. Now yet he continued to do what he did. That's why I have no sympathy for him as an individual. Pro-life traveler was warned several times, more than several times. He continued to do so. So I'd rather be in the Philippines jail than a South American or African jail. I don't know anything about those. I cannot get arrested. People stop fear mongering. I can talk about whatever I want as long as I'm not taking part in political stuff or directly trying to influence political outcomes or whatever. Audio's underwater. No. Come back on top of the water. Is it good now? I'm gonna skip all the way. Guys, how's the audio now? Please tell me in the comment section. Oh, I'm super behind on comments, man. I must have been from like a long time ago. Get a Jolina interview. I was thinking that if I was in the Philippines, I definitely would have reached out just because of a big thing. But I'm not there right now, and I don't want to Zoom interview. Go back to the comments. People saying audio good now was very wrong. Those comments. Okay. Thank you. Appreciate it. So, there's so many things we can talk about. I could sit here for like 6, 8 hours, 10 hours and talk to you guys. I don't mind. I just don't want to become too gossipy. I mean, it's good. I don't really give a shit. Like, I'm trying to keep it as factual as possible. That's all. It's delicious. Malaysian food, one of the best I've had. Nice fusion of Indian and Chinese in their own style, and the so many varieties and textures. Delta says the country give you the visa and enjoy yourself. Blog here and there. In return, just respect the locals, period. They talk shit. When you get busted, you blame the country. That's a pretty good point. Not gonna lie. If people are just normal, none of this would be happening. And by normal, I mean just like bare minimum. Show respect to the people you're visiting. So that's it. Yeah, I feel like I'm gonna skip a bunch of comments and just go to the end to just keep up with the latest. Right? I'm gonna do that just because I can. There's no way I can't keep up. Hey, Robert Coles here. Seems good here to me. A couple of hiccups, but all good. Thank you, Robert. Appreciate that. Welcome to the channel. I mean, put it on the channel. Welcome to the live stream. Vice News did document inside Philippine jail in Manila. They are run by a gang leader. I'll be surprised. You know what's funny? You're fucking dummies. Anybody else find that funny or just me? Give us some context, man. What are you calling it dumb for? Ah, it's not the audio, it's the connection for some reason. You know what it is? I think I was playing my own YouTube video in the background I did not recognize. So maybe for whatever reason that has something to do with it. I've exited that now, so hopefully everything's cleared up. Does this still keep cutting out in audio? No jobs for foreigners in the Philippines. There is jobs for foreigners. You got to get a proper visa, and who wants to work in the Philippines unless you have a very high-paying job? Because the salaries are extremely low, and if you're coming from Western country, it makes no sense to work in the Philippines. At least not in my opinion. You could work in call centers or whatever, but the pay is not going to be very good, and a lot of expectations. All right, but I'm gonna thank you guys for the feedback on the audio. It is what it is at this point. I've done my best from my end. It could just be like a software issue or just a glitch, or I don't think it's the internet. Thailand internet is really good, but it might be something in the background. Yeah, so jobs there are, but did I not highlight that? Let me see. I would not recommend anybody coming here without a job. Nobody. Do not come here if you don't have a source of income under any circumstances. You're not going to make it. Plain and simple. Have people been successful coming here starting a business? Probably. But they had a partner, a wife, they did it the right way, took a lot of trial and error. But if you don't have a job, do not come here expecting to find a job. Filipinos are capable. They speak English. You don't add any value to them most of the time, of course. There are exceptions, but overall, I would not recommend it. Don says, thank you, Alex. I liked her. She's very nice. Oh, to Palm. Yeah, she's a sweetheart. So, yeah, she's still doing great. It's not a Karen channel, but there are a lot of Karens in here. Oh, thank you, Big Mun, for clarifying that. If you were the first person that said it. I'm getting lost with who said what. But Kuya Kurt can go anywhere because he knows what respect is. If Kuya Kurt does that, then why not? Whoever he is. Good morning. Hello. Hello. Welcome. Sim was a creep and broke the laws. Factual things. Well, I agree. And then, yes, factual. Biffer says, getting a headache trying to decipher some of these dopey contributions sort of points the general expert IQ demographic, and saying that pro-death traveler considered himself very clever. Well, he wasn't very clever, as you know now, but he did well for a while. But unfortunately, I think he just did too much, and it caught up to him. And now he's paying the price so far. Hello, thank you for the super thanks over here. $8 to the channel. A, is that, what is A? Australian dollars? Keep up the good work. Thank you. I appreciate that. You guys are too kind. Is that two back to back? My God, balling out here, huh? Lee John? I like that name. I used to have this is the most racist shit ever, but I don't care because I'm not racist. But I used to have a friend. He was a tall Chinese guy, and because he was tall and he was Chinese, we named him Long Chin. Funniest shit ever. So Bruce Lee here reminded me, Lee Long Chin. Anyways, thank you for that $8. I appreciate it. Or I guess now $16 because I think you did it twice, bro. Respect. But you can also ask a question so I can read it. Energy levels are getting down, guys. Come on, I need a booster of this coconut. I really don't know how some of these guys that do live streams for like 10 hours, 12 hours straight, how they do that, man. It's crazy, right? It's a lot of time. 13A visa, of course. Mini Peter Scully, Philippines. Pro-life is back home in Estonia. Are you sure? Can you send me a source, please? I don't believe you. Ew, a longtime supporter and contributor of the channel, Robert Cole. Thank you. He says, don't forget the one hung low joke. Yeah, those names have always been funny, man. I hope there's no people find this offensive. It's all for fun and jokes. I don't think any, I won't say any, but definitely not me. I don't mean any ill intention. One hung low, huh? It reminds me of when I used to watch Simpsons, man. Bart Simpson always calling Moe's Tavern, always making these random names. Whatever happened to the Simpsons, man? I remember the 90s Simpsons was funny, like funny. Didn't someone say Jolina has an OF channel asking for a friend? I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised at all. And I'm like I said, she's gonna do just fine. What? Maybe they're interviewing all the girls in Sims videos to get more money from him and then deport him. It's pretty unlikely. He's in Manila now, so defamation. Yeah. Defamation for who and what? All right, let's do this for another few minutes, guys. I'm gonna slowly get out of here. What the hell? I don't know. I don't believe you guys with the volume nonsense. How come I'm the only person not hearing this inappropriately? Everything sounds just fine to me. Maybe the way I'm speaking. Maybe I should speak more fluently and not cut off like this. Sounds fine, man. It sounds fine. You guys are over exaggerating. It's all good. It's all good. Get Robert Cole. Give me $20, you fuck. Hey, watch your fucking mouth. Don't talk to people like that. You just lost yourself a subscription to my channel, bitch. I just told you that not to be rude. Now you got kicked off the channel permanently. Permanently. Get out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Yeah, I got no problem kicking people out. Please, show yourselves. What else is next here, guys? Let's try and get through these comments. She did this on Facebook? What? Bobby said 3 days or so ago, they put him in live TV with the guy that was saying he was going to spread the HIV virus. That guy was in BGC. Yeah, I think he's right now in somewhere in Manila being held up in detention. He's not going anywhere anytime soon. Yeah, what are you guys talking about, right? Excellent sound. That's what I'm saying, bro. Turn up your volume, my guy. It's right here on the side of your phone. Up, and away. I don't consider rentals over 25,000 to be worth it. 20 to 25 is a sweet spot. Okay, you guys are talking about some rentals around some area. Been in Dumaguete 12 years and was the park when Dummy interrupted the pee. so many half-wit loggers, and it's time to put them in check. Interrupted the P. You took a piss on the road? What are you talking about? What? What? What's his name? Pro-life traveler took a pee on the road? Come on, man. What is he doing? If that's what he did. You have to put more furniture in a room and so on, so you don't echo, and grow some hair on top of your head. That'll help you a lot, to tell the truth. You think my hair is a problem with the amount of furniture I have in my room? Thanks for the tip, but I'm okay, bro. Thank you. Trust me, this hair does okay. You don't worry about my hair. Thanks to the rock and whatnots, bald men are becoming very attractive. Just ask your wife if you have one. Alex, what's in your monthly budget living expense wise? Thank you. For me, I'm doing about 1,500 USD. I live very comfortably, eat out daily, drink coffee, go to places. I do everything I want. Taxis everywhere. Stay in a one-bedroom place here. Air conditioning on nonstop. Fridge full of things. I don't know what else you spend money on, but I don't have it. Like, I don't smoke or drink alcohol, or I don't pay for a woman of the night. So maybe that saves me some money. But about 1,500, I've been doing anywhere from 1,000 to 1,500 monthly. Usually our average is around that. So yeah, but live very comfortably. Speaking of, let me show you guys something. I'm going to show you guys something here. Give me a second. I'm going to share a couple of pictures with you guys, because I want you guys to understand the cost of living stuff a little bit more when it comes to, at least right now where I'm at in Thailand, but similar things can be said for most of Southeast Asia. But more specifically, just Thailand, because these guys are on a different level when it comes to food prices and quality of food mainly. One of the most amazing things about Thailand is the food itself is phenomenal, delicious. Not only just like Thai food, but the Western food they make here is just as good, if not better, than back in Canada. So all this Italian pizza joints I go to, wow, delicious, man. So okay, let me download these pictures first. Download this one. I'm gonna download this one. And then what we're gonna do, we're gonna open these pictures, right? You guys follow me? Am I even sharing my screen yet? No, right? Good, good, good. Download 1 and 2. Okay, so now I have it. Let's go ahead back to the stream here. I'm gonna show you guys some prices so you have an idea why I love Southeast Asia, Thailand, Philippines, Vietnam. All these places have, obviously, Indonesia. Share image. Mm-hmm. Can you guys see this? Better be the right image. Okay, so look at this for a second and tell me what is going on here. So this is the price of 6 pieces of chicken, like a full-on chicken. I'm talking about breastises and ribs and thighs and such. 6 pieces. 14 pieces of chicken pop. So say popcorn chicken. 12-piece nugget and 2 sides of either mashed potato or whatever you want. All this for $9, bro. $9. Let's just say $10. That's insane. What is going on here? How does that even work? Where do they make the money? How do you give me all that for $9? I could feed a family of 4 at least, right? Amazing. There you go. So I don't know why I shared that, but oh yeah, cost of living is brought up. So look at that. What? How are you selling that for 299 baht right now? Get one. This is obviously a special, but you can find stuff like this all over the place. Anyway, and the fried chicken here is on a different level, man. KFC is not soggy, it's not oily. They cook it fresh, you know, hot, straight out the fryer. So yeah, a little bit of random facts for you guys, or at least just an image you guys can look at. You guys are killing it with the comments. Much love and respect. Thank you guys for asking all these questions. I do apologize. I cannot get through all of them. I'll do my best to get through some of these at least. Yeah, cost of living, that's how much I'm spending, usually about $1,500 and live very comfortably. Bobby says, at those prices, if they're not the ones raising the chickens, they're not going to make any money. Yeah, they probably have a whole system going on, right? Yeah, I'm sure there's a bunch of assholes in the comments. I can't read the. Oh, I see. Manila smog and ash makes a bad place to live. Yes, pretty bad. The whole region sometimes gets really bad when it comes to smog. I wish we had those prices here in America. Yeah, I don't blame you, man. That's insane price, right? Imagine 6 pieces of chicken, a 6-piece bucket in Canada right now is $30 just for the chicken. 30 Canadian. I looked it up because I was curious. I'm like, how this is in Canada? It was $30 for a 6-piece chicken and 2 sides. So basically, you get everything else for free and 1/3 of the price if you want to do that kind of math in your head. But it's crazy. Yeah, Thailand's amazing for food. Michelin star restaurants everywhere for sure. How about Vietnamese food? You know, I used to love Vietnamese food, but my recent 2 trips there, I quickly realized maybe I don't like it as much as I thought I liked it. Number one, there's a lot of pork in the dishes, which I can't eat pork, so I don't eat pork. And number 2, a lot of it started to become kind of similar. It was like a lot of pho, soupy, or bready. And it's like, okay, it's really good if you go to like a proper restaurant. But I'm saying like most of the street food in small, medium-sized restaurants was like, it's good, but maybe I just ate too much there. Every meal was out, so I started to realize things a bit more. I think Vietnamese food is still delicious because they got a hint of the French cuisine up in there. So yeah, I love it. I still love Vietnamese food for sure. Very good, very good. I like it. So, oh, is that for real? What do you mean with him? Like he was with him, presented it to the media, but are you saying he was with him recording that? Robert says, Alex, male pattern baldness is from too many U-turns under the sheets. That's the type of stuff that people like. There's all these like theories when you're a kid. Oh, if you do this, you're gonna go bald. Or you're gonna. I remember somebody told me if you have 2 circles on the top of your head, I guess where your hair pattern develops, you're gonna have 2 wives. Who's the liar now? Yeah, pretty funny stuff. I'm gonna spread HIV to all of you. I said it. Are you gonna put me in jail? I don't know. I'm not gonna do any of that. Say it to a bunch of subscribers and then post it online and have it go viral and then share your location and see if you get arrested. All right, let's finish this up. Oh, Robert says he's talking about the Philippines P. She's a Philippines blogger. Yeah, I know of the Philippines P. I just didn't know the P was Philippines P. So what did he do? Let me go back to that comment. I can't remember. He said he was rude to her or did something to her. Sim will be in detention for a while. Yeah, maybe he did, and I know she's very popular also. So maybe she actually knows rules and regulations and decided to do something about it. She does reside in Dumaguete, so maybe she's like, I'm tired of this guy. But that's just an assumption. I have no clue. What? Hey, Elite PC Tech, good morning. Did not realize this was a live stream. Welcome to the live stream. That's why I posted like a day early to get some notifications. I know YouTube is like usually kind of slow. Am I still sharing this? I'm going to remove it. Stop sharing, right? I don't need to be sharing no KFC prices. It's not a promo. It'll give me nothing. Oh, it's finished. God damn it. Mango, what is this? Coconut was delicious. When t-shirts take priority over baby car seats, you get pro-death travel. T-shirts, maybe you wore some shirts, but this year I'm on a break from the Philippines. Cool. Popeye, $64 for a bucket, medium meal, nothing special here. What the? I love Popeye's chicken though, but $64 for any kind of bucket. Bacon sandwich says I lived on 20,000 monthly basis for a year, zero rent already. Built my well. When you take the rent out, you can't really be talking the same apples and apples, right? So let's just say around 40,000. Then you want to be probably more if you had a house. But yeah, okay, pretty cool. Thank you for sharing. I eat like a king at one meal a day, healthy too. It's awesome. Alex, you need a dedicated moderator so you don't have to deal with the trolls. I personally don't care, but yeah, it's a good point. I think I'll do that next live stream. So this one's like, how can I, you know what? You can be the moderator, Robert, if you want. Can I offer the job to you? How does that even work? How do you add a moderator? I'll figure this out next time. Google it. Moderator. Let me put a star next to that in case I remember it. Okay, start comments. All right, guys, 10 more minutes. I can't do this anymore. Too much talking. We got through all the factual stuff. Now we're just getting to the point where we're talking about KFC and baldness, my male pattern baldness. So you just have to assign it, but trying to see. I will do it next time, Robert. If you're here, I'll let you know ahead of time next time. If you're going to be on the live, you can be the moderator, and I'll figure out how to add setting. On YouTube, it's pretty easy, but because I'm here on StreamYard, I don't see any add moderator people. Yeah, I don't see it right now. We'll figure it out next time. Check that link. Me so dumb. Private chat, recording, notes, style, media assets. What's media assets? Nope. Banners, nope. Comments. You guys are commenting. Share the link for promo. No. Presents or invite. Slideshow, invite a guest. No, you think it would be here. I don't know, man. I don't know, bro. Moderator can ruin my channel. Why would they ruin my channel? Alex, what's with the influx of Nigerians and other Africans in Asia? I've noticed that too, actually. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I think people just expanding because the scam hubs might be a reason. Because all the scam hubs are moving towards Asia now. I mean, so I don't know. I really don't know. Maybe some visa-free countries, like Thailand specifically. I know last year they opened up visa-free for a whole bunch of countries. Could be it. Philippines, I'm not really sure. I don't know if I've seen a actual difference. I'd assume there is, but I'm gonna guess it's just basically either visa-free or the rise of scam hubs in Southeast Asia, which would bring people in. Assuming, or maybe the African population overall is having some more disposable income for travel. I'm not really sure. Drunk with power. It's like that one Reddit moderator, if you guys saw what's going on there. AI Art Collective says, Alex, I used to have a wrench on the Living Abroad channel. Never banned anyone. Keep up the good work. Oh, I remember. Yes, you were the moderator for Living Abroad. But yeah, thank you for that, by the way. I appreciate your work. I don't see the option here. I'll have to figure it out on my own how to add a moderator on StreamYard. But for sure, I'll keep that in mind. Take care, everyone. Yes, nice talking to you. Much love and respect. Peace out. So let's summarize this whole thing. So not summarize, but once just a reminder, pro-life traveler still in custody of the BI. They're going to go through his electronic devices, see what's going on there before they can start deportation process and all that. A reminder that he was not taken into custody because he called people monkeys. There's a lot more to it. So if you guys care enough, do your own research. I cover what's in the news typically. I don't know what's going on with YouTuber to vlogger or whatever drama, unless it's even directly to me. People keep sending me links. People are talking about me. I don't care to even click on it. I just don't. I can't get involved in that. There's gonna be people that don't like you. It's normal. Whatever. That's it. Vitali is gonna be extra. No, they want to extradite Vitali back to the Philippines because he broke the law by paying a guard to have a phone. And there's one more major piece of potential news coming out tomorrow. I have so much content to get through. For the past week, I feel like I've been putting out 2 videos a day, which is a lot. But we'll get back to the regular style Philippines quick hit news probably in a couple of days, because unless people keep making the major news, then that's that. I want to thank everybody for commenting, sharing your thoughts, liking the video, of course, and the super stickers and super thanks go a long way for me to keep doing this. So I appreciate all of those. If I didn't read your comment, it wasn't personal. I'm sure a lot of you guys said a lot of positive things or negative things. It's not to do with that. Whatever pops up on the feed, I just click on it. There's hundreds of comments, so I can't get through all of it. Vitali's not broke. He's not begging for money. He's a multimillionaire. He's got a lot of money. He's not broke. He might be begging for more money or trying to make money, but he's definitely not broke. Andrew says, laters. Yeah, Samuel, Alex, you're appreciated. Thank you. I appreciate all of you guys. I would not be here if it wasn't because of all you guys watching, subscribing, commenting, all that stuff, donating to the channel. Having your voice and your views, shared on the channel is a big plus. And yeah, that's it. One more thing, if anybody cares, if you care, I'm not a hateful person. I don't hate a single individual. Nobody is worth it enough for me to hate. They'll be dealt with by the universe or God or whoever is in the higher power, or just life will get at them. So I'm not a place where I hate people. I just share what's in the news and my thoughts and talk to you guys. The intentions is not to bring anybody down. I have zero interest in harming another individual. But it's important for us to protect ourselves in the Philippines as tourists or just foreigners living here. We have to remember, essentially, no matter how you want to phrase it, we have a privilege to be here. They can kick us out under any reasons, right? So just, I don't know, keep that in your mind when you do stuff. If you're going to do some shady shit, I'm not your father. I can't tell you what to do. Maybe you're older than me. I don't know. But keep it like to yourself, right? You can legally do a lot of these things. There's no need to break the law, right? People that you can support to get something in return if you want. There's a lot of shady stuff going on, but just don't be posting things online for everyone to see, because then they have something against you. Do not disclose too much information. There's no need to be telling people exactly which barangay you're living at, where's your house at, how much money you're bringing in, who's your wife or your partner. No need to disclose any of that information, You might not think it's a big deal, but you never know what could come back and bite you in the butt. Even everything I say, do not worry. I know what I'm talking about. I'm in no jeopardy to be under any kind of legal threat or being blacklisted from the Philippines or anything like that. I'm saying everything that's on there and everything else in my opinion. And it's nothing to do with promoting any kind of politics or getting involved in rallies or anything like that. So no need to worry about that stuff. Yeah, that's basically it. We're gonna wind this down. No, wind it down. One more thing I want to say. A lot of people try to say, "Oh, they're going after YouTubers," but there's a guy shooting a Stingray, a bazooka, or RPG down and hitting a car, and people getting murdered, corruption here. They're not on the same level. They're not comparing apples to apples, and one wrong doesn't make another wrong correct. You know what I mean? They're two separate things. And although the focus may not be on the right thing, I'll give you that, but it doesn't just justify, although you can't normalize still breaking the law, right? You can't worry about what other people are doing. You got to worry about what you're doing and how it's affecting your personal everyday life in the Philippines or your potential to stay there, right? Don't get involved. Like, once you start thinking that way, you go down this path of just negativity and shifting blame for whatever it is. The Philippines itself came out and said these ghost projects, money missing, all the stuff. They know what's going on. They know, right? It's not like it's a mystery. It's just like how much of it gets on national TV. Plus, there's like 99% of crime and fuckery in the Philippines I don't cover because it doesn't affect us directly, right? So it doesn't mean it's not happening. There's a killing every day in the Philippines, at least shootings every day, robberies every day, babies being found without heads and shit. That's a real thing in the Philippines. There's a baby found like every week. 8 cases this year alone. People try to sell their babies. But that's not what I'm here to just spread negativity or fear mongering or whatever. It doesn't affect us as foreigners, so I don't talk about it, right? Yeah, so I just be aware of some of these things, and you can kind of approach every day with a different. If you know what's going on, doesn't mean you have to talk about it, or just because you don't like it doesn't mean you could turn a blind eye to it or something. People that are pro-life supporters, okay, that's you can do whatever you want, but you can't deny that he broke laws. And if the Philippines wants to make him an example, whether we like it or not, or whether you agree with it or not, is not the point. The guy did some shady things, some disrespectful things. There were plenty of a creep and rude, so now they have something against him. They're gonna bring him down. You know? Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. So what the heck says I'm heading to Manila on Friday. I only want to spread positivity enough to generate YouTubers in the Philippines. There are. That's the other thing. Don't watch somebody. If you think the content's trash, if you don't like what they're doing, don't watch them. Don't support them. Don't give them the extra view. Move on. Because your algorithm will just keep remembering that, right? It'll just give you what you clicked on before, right? Can you make videos on Johnny Somali if possible? Well, I've covered him on the channel a couple of times when he made the news, but like in 30 seconds. I will be making a video on his cameraman that just got arrested. Another one, an American that was arrested in Cebu. So that's coming up. Oh, more videos. Yeah, that one I have to do because it's too big of a story not to do. No, these are natural, man. I can't get rid of these. I don't know what the heck's going on. I think I'm getting older. Dark circles have been here all my life. I just don't know. Maybe not all my life, but most of my life. I think it's just like genetics, man. I could probably do something about this if I really cared to go to like especially in Bangkok, man, you can get this done, taken care of in like less than $1,000. This should be gone if I wanted to. Just it is what it is, man. At this stage of my life, if I care what I look like, it would be. I'm past that, I think. But yeah, it's not because of lack of sleep. This is gonna be it forever. Also, I'm not a morning person. If that helps in any way. Kerwin Chadrick says, I have been watching him for a few months now, and under the majority of his videos, there will be people saying that he was under investigation by the police in the Philippines. Wonder how he knew, or how they knew. They knew because the Philippines, word gets around, first of all, and they probably saw all the laws he's breaking or trying to warn him or something. But yeah, who knows? Yes, that was Gino that got arrested. It was, yeah. And I have the pictures of his arrest, but and the live stream was talking about his arrest. But I think Atozi, is that the guy's name? He does a lot of good videos covering this stuff. So when he made his video, it wasn't confirmed, but now it is confirmed. It's a newspaper. I had to like translate it from Tagalog to English. Sometimes these things don't make major news, so I have to like do extra digging, which is why the rings under my eyes are black or dark, right? Man's putting in the work. Yeah, this stuff takes time to put. The live streams are easy. I just click on play and you guys can talk to me about it. Any news on the capsized ferry? Which one? The one that killed? There's a lot. That's another thing. Capsizing boats, ferries, fishermen stuff happens on a regular basis. Like there's too many of them. It's hard to keep up. There are eye serum creams that contain hyaluronic acid and caffeine that can help the dark circles under the eyes. Not as good as what dermatologists can do. However, it works. Well, thank you. Thank you for sharing that. Atozi is the man. He travels everywhere. He went to the Philippines for one single afternoon from the U.S. just to get interviewed about Vitali. Pretty cool. 300 passengers. Goddamn. No, I didn't see that one. I haven't been on the news for the past 24 hours because I have too much stuff I'm sitting on. I have to get rid of. Not rid of, but like talk about, and there's only so much of me and time. I'm going to have to do this like full time, man. I'm considering like, I don't know, something's got to change because I can't continue making those videos twice a day the same way. It's just too much. All right. Too much bitching and complaining already from me, right? My bad, y'all. I know you guys don't want to hear that. So let's see what else we got here. There's some positivity. Johnny Girl said, hello, just wanted to say hi to you and your chat. Love your content. Keep up the good work. Well, Johnny Girl, thank you for sharing your thoughts and spreading positivity, which is what we need sometimes, especially these days with all this negative news. Once in a while, we need a positive one. Hopefully every day, but sometimes hard to find. 300 passengers. Ooh. This is the capsized ship or ferry that, let me just look into that right now. Go away, microphone. Damn, 350 people? Shoo. A Philippines ferry with 350 people on board capsized, leaving 15 dead and dozens missing. God damn. Holy shit. When did this happen? Rescuers save at least 300 people. Whoa, let me just share this with you guys. What the hell? What the hell? I thought we were going to leave, but we are coming back. Share screen. Philippines. So Philippines ferry with 350 on board, capsized, leaving 15 dead and dozens missing. Rescuers have saved 300 people after inter-island ferry sank early on Monday en route from the port city of Zamboanga to southern Jolo Island. But how ferry? They have 350 people. Seem like a lot of people to be having on one of those like boats. I don't know what the capacity is, but at least 15 people have died after a ferry with more than 350 people sunk early Monday near islands of southern Philippines, according to local officials, with the Coast Guard warning that 28 people remain missing. The MV Trisha Kirsten 3, an inter-island cargo and passenger ferry, was sailing to southern Jolo Island and Sulu Province. Well, I don't need to read this to you guys, do I? From the port city of Zamboanga with 332 passengers and 27 crew members, when it apparently encountered a technical problem that sank after midnight. What? Midnight? What are you guys? Coast Guard officials said the ferry sank in good weather. About whatever, too much detail there, but yeah, that's a lot of people. Thank you for the heads up on that. So I have to cover this in the next video. That's wild. Well, may they rest in peace. May they rest in peace. One more thing I have to address. Ferries and boats have very, very low safety standards in the Philippines, just like Thailand as well, or other Southeast Asian countries, but specifically the Philippines. So please, guys, I don't know what you could do. Maybe just locate a life vest or something, but it's not a joke. Those things do sink quite often. Just keep that in the back of your mind. If you're island hopping or something, do not take it lightly. Whether it's the weather or technical difficulties or something, it does happen quite often. They have these motors that are illegal or something. They're just not up to standard where it should be. Along the way, something could happen to you. So if you're island hopping, please make sure you can locate a vest of some sort. You know where it is, and you can quickly get to one. Bring your own. I don't know. Do what you got to do, but you should know that information. It happens quite often. Ferries and boats go down in Philippines waters. You know what? We came this far. Let's do it 2 hours, huh? We could do it. 2-hour show, 7 more minutes. We hung around. Yeah, that's very true. Not just ferries, buses, vans too. Those happen even more often, probably. Those are tour buses, tour vans. People had no sleep, not quite competent enough to drive, speeding, the road conditions, other people, the infrastructure, trying to make quota. There's so many things that could go wrong when it comes to those buses. So I would highly recommend, if you can, if you have the budget, try to get like a private van. Let the driver know you're in no hurry or something. Let him know if he needs to take a break, take a shit, what do you got to do. You have no problem waiting around, finding out. Let him know he's getting paid for 8 hours, so no rush. You can get to whichever location you get to in a day. Whatever you got to do what you got to do. I think airplanes are a bit safer just because it's not just the Philippines that monitors the airplanes, for example. They have a lot more higher, stricter standards. I don't think there's been any safety problem with the aircrafts in the Philippines compared to their other vessels. I would not worry too much about that because of different authorities and different bodies of government that kind of oversee planes. I don't know about small engine planes, but definitely just like the regular airline, the fleet is generally fine. Oh my God. Thank you so much. 500 pesos straight from the Philippines. Johnny Girl says, my husband and I are here from America on an SSRV visa. And the way the Americans want us to have people respect our country, the Philippines expects the same out of us. And that right there is an excellent point that a lot of people don't want to really mention, to be honest. If I'm going to be fair, I'll be fair. It's easy to criticize the Philippines and its people and its treatment of foreigners. Sometimes, yeah, for sure, maybe not quite transparent or fair or whatever, but still, it comes directly from a disrespectful individual's behavior, right? So it all can be normal if you just be respectful of a country's laws and rules. And this is an excellent point. A lot of Americans voice their concerns regarding either immigration or illegal aliens or even visitors or tourists coming in and not behaving as they should. So it'll be hypocritical for us not to do the same if we visit the Philippines or Thailand. Thank you for sharing, and I hope you and your husband are having a great time in the Philippines. Crystal says, unfortunately, that has been happening for years. They overload them for their financial reasons, yeah, and a lot of Filipinos as a whole don't swim. Definitely not regulated for safety. It is true, and that's where greed and money is number one cause of many of these things. Either substandard materials being used or writing off things when they shouldn't be, undercutting certain things. It's a normal way of doing things a lot of times. So we have to ensure that we do what we can to protect ourselves and just being aware of I think number one thing, making sure there's enough like life jackets for you on a ferry, locate them, sit near one, grab one, put it near you if you can, right? Sometimes I see them like, I sit near one. Why not? There's no, oh, you're not being a man. The ocean don't care if you're alpha or beta or eat you alive, man. It's not about that. It's about how much do you value your life. And I value my life quite a bit. I do enjoy my just average life. I'm very happy and I don't want that to go away. So same with you guys. If you can, just be aware. Colby says, I take a ferry going from Cebu to Iloilo every 4 weeks. I take the Roro ferry with my car. I purchased 2 life jackets that I keep in my car. So I'm prepared right there. What a smart move, right? What if one day it's overcrowded, you can't get to a life jacket? I know I cannot outswim a freaking ocean. Imagine how long it'll take safety to get there. Probably not that fast, right? So this is excellent advice. Purchasing a life jacket might be a very, very smart move. Thank you for sharing. I think that's potentially a lifesaver. Why not? And it's, I love this new channel called Pro Asia Now, Traveler. Hey, man, like I said, if he keeps making the news, I'll keep talking about it. Obviously, it's good for my views. So, hey, you guys want to keep breaking the rules and the laws? Better for me. I stay off ferries and boats, period. It doesn't matter what country I'm in. You could take that drastic measure if you like. Yeah, I mean, they'll probably save your life, right? If you have a different way of getting there, why not? But unfortunately, in the Philippines, a lot of these islands are interconnected by just those ferries and like boats. That's another good point. You have to be proactive on your safety over here. That's just the way it is. It is. You can't, you can have fun, but also just be aware of your surroundings, What's this? I've gone Class D on overloaded ferries, slept outside on the deck, but you get free food. Interesting. I had no idea that was a thing, but thank you for sharing. 1 more minute, guys. So final goodbyes are coming. Thank you guys for being here once again. As always, I might do this every Monday if I have something to talk about. If not, maybe just like a recap of the weekly news. Why not? It's a great way to talk to you guys. 2 hours is a long time, but I think we get a lot accomplished. A lot of people get a chance to share the views. A lot of longtime supporters can be here and just interact. Why not? One of the biggest problems with capsizing is failure of the load master to understand. Okay, center of gravity. It's the same on airplane. Oh, God, I had no idea. Thank you for sharing. Robert, that's awesome. Jojo Island is halfway to Indonesia. Ooh, okay, that's probably why it was like overnight, right? Pretty far. Ew, what? No way. Robert, new member to the channel. Thank you. I do have channel memberships. I haven't really promoted it because I just don't No people are interested, but hey, we got a new member. I think we're at 2 members now. Thank you, Robert. I will go ahead and share the members link next time. We'll go on a live. Maybe we get more members joining. That'll be pretty awesome, right? I think I provide decent material to have a few members. You know, I've seen other channels have members. Why can't I have it? Why can't I? Thank you, Robert. Big shout out to you. I appreciate that. And for those thinking that pro-life traveler's wife can find someone else, she can't. There's no divorce there. And any man who sees her could face jail time if someone reports him. You, sir, surely you must be aware of ways around that, number one. Number two, very unlikely they're actually legally married in the eyes of the courts. And yeah, don't worry, people don't want marriage to be with it. So she'll be fine. She'll be just fine. Hey, your Monday morning, Sunday night, Alex. Isn't that what Bill Burr has, like Monday morning at whatever? Yeah, but yes, you're right. So it's coming out of the coffee fund. Fair enough. Robert's a longtime supporter, a regular supporter through Buy Me Coffee. That's where that joke is coming from. It's already 5 p.m. Monday here. The shit, 5 p.m. Monday? No way. 5 p.m. Monday. Why you guys mess with me? You're in Australia. That's why, right? Or some Fiji place or somewhere. Hit that like button on the way out. Yeah, why not? You might get some views after the live stream. Yeah, she might be married to him, but no one will report her because he's never coming back. Yeah. New Zealand. All right, good enough. No one can date a married person in the Philippines. It's against the law here, even though people do it anyways. You can't marry a married person in the Philippines at all. Yes, we know. But nobody's talking about marriage. Right? I've spoken to many married women. It's fine. 11 p.m. Sunday night. A 1+ foot snow. Oh shit. The snow's coming. I heard it's like a big football game going on right now, right? I'm from Canada, live in Laguna 6 months. Every year the Philippines is an awesome place. Just be nice. Yeah, when here, why not? If you vape, they're a coffee. Too funny. All right, that's it. Thank you guys for being here. 2 hours and 2 minutes. It's time for me to go. Time for me to refresh. Time for me to get ready for 2 videos I'll be putting out. So, yeah. See you guys in our regular videos. Thank you guys for super thanks, comments, and views. I do appreciate it. See you guys tomorrow.